Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about X4, but in particular we're going to be talking about the Boron faction. A little bit about them before they came about in X4, and then we're going to be talking a little bit about them since they've become into X4. In case you're new to the expansion or you just want to know a little bit more about them, let's talk about them. So, the Argon Federation were actually the first ones to find the Boron, about 450 years before the events of X Beyond the Frontier. If you haven't played that game, very, very old game now. I believe around the 22, 23 years mark, maybe even earlier than that. Now, from there, the Split got involved and decided to destroy most of the colonies, and they were forced back into Kingdom's End, which we know is where the Queen currently resides. The Argon then helped them from basically becoming extinct and pushing them back a little bit. However, the Borons generally are quite a defensive kind of faction. They don't really deal with assault, so they won't go out of their way to start a war or to fight, but they will defend themselves quite well. As a matter of fact, some of the defensible stuff that they have is some of the best in the game. That being said, obviously the Split and the Argon kind of battled it out and helped the Borons in the end to secure their place. Now, the Pyramid actually helped the Split, and that's where the Argon Prime issues happened, but thankfully the Borons weren't wiped out. We now know that as to be the Boron Conflict War, and that all happened before X4. Not only that, the one thing we do know is that obviously the Boron Kingdom has an elected government and a royal family. Queen Polyphides is currently the one that is in command. Now, we've obviously seen that the Boron can actually work quite well with a elected government without the royal family. However, in X4, if you haven't already done it, this is a spoiler, you obviously do find yourself with the royal family again, and you kind of make amends, and the government and the royal family work together hand in hand again, which is great. Now, obviously, after the events of the things with the Split and the Pyramid, some of the Pyramid obviously have helped them out, and you see that in X4. However, they have strong ties to the Argon, and that's where their loyalties kind of lie. But again, they're not an offensive force, they are very defensive. They are an aquatic race. Most of their planets are obviously water planets, and they tend to have their ships based off them designs as well, which is why you'll notice most of the ships are named after some sort of aquatic life form, which is ironic considering that the Earth names, well, that's probably just translated for our ease, such as the shark, the eel, the piranha, but it is one of them. So that's the X4 precursor Boron stuff. Obviously, a lot of the weapons that we've now come to know them to have is defensive capabilities, like the ion disruptors that allow the shields of enemy ships to be taken down quite quickly without destroying the ships. That's obviously more prevalent in X4, where a lot of the weapons have special abilities for the Borons, which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much the Borons pre-X4. Post-X4, we've now obviously got our connection back from what we've already seen. We have seen them quite strongly in the latest expansion. It doesn't take long for you to really get the connection back to the royal family and continue on your way. So post-X4 foundations, the Boron have returned to us with the same diplomatic and kind of war outlook as they did previously. They're very peaceful, very diplomatic. They have cooperation, negotiation and cultural exchange at the forefront of most of the things they do. Obviously, they are very strong in scientific exploration, which is why when you have the groups that you have leading towards finding the Borons, they are very scientific led and driven. There's nothing much changed the ships are still aquatic based. They are still a very aquatic based race. We see them in the aquatic kind of capsules, and yeah, there isn't much different from pre X4 to what they are now. They have been able to survive through the cut-off of the gates and have now returned and are, certainly in my campaign, are growing quite quickly and providing their services to most, if not all, factions. I haven't dealt with them between the split yet, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, so that's a little bit about the Borons, a little bit of precursor to the X4 Foundations and where they've come from. Obviously Kingdom's End is one of the main sections that we've seen in X4, and was also part of the story before then as well. So yeah, so if you'd like to know more about the Borons, specifically the weapons that they employ, the ships they employ and stuff like that, let me know in the comment section below. We can go into a deep dive into their ships and weapon systems and the sectors that they have. But until next time everybody, take care for now. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.